The title of my talk here is WATERAGRI Project Summary. Around 70% of water use globally is by agriculture. And as a consequence, the nexus water and food, and usually we also include energy, is extremely important. That was already mentioned in the talk by Patrick. I'd like to use these kind of very simplified figures to sort of explain complex systems. So if we think of a farm as a green rectangle, so we have water in and water out, and things happen in between. Actually, I think the figure, maybe I shouldn't be over there. Maybe the figure should be turned on its head. So we have water coming in as rain, and then hitting the ground, and then infiltrating into the soil, and then maybe into the groundwater. And then there would be a second arrow going up from the field with evapotranspiration. So water moving in different directions and also horizontally. So in our project, we're working on the farm scale, but we have to remember that the farm is in a catchment, so it's part of a bigger water system. So from the farm point of view, we need the water coming in, either it's from irrigation or from the rain. And then from the catchment point of view, water is coming out at the other end somehow, and it may carry some various stuff from the activities on the farm. So it can become a problem for the environment, and that relates very much to the Water Framework Directive. And this part of Sweden, which is a bit unusual for a Swedish condition, it's very agricultural. So when we speak about Water Framework Directive and the evaluation of what's going on and the ecological status of water, agriculture, I would say, is the main factor somehow. I think the same goes for many regions in Europe. So extremely important what is happening at the farm for the water quality. What is WATERAGRI? It is a project, research and innovation project funded by the EU via Horizon 2020. It is also a partnership, and I will get back to that. And it is a vision. And here is a vision which was formulated about 5 years ago. So WATERAGRI vision is to solve agricultural water management and soil fertilization challenges in a sustainable manner to secure affordable food production in Europe for the 21st century. Sort of sounds like the same thing that Ursula von der Leyen was saying last year. So we were like 4 years ahead of her. This leads to some objectives which are also formulated about 5 years ago. So I highlighted the most important words here. So I'll just read the text in red. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 objectives about improved management of water excess and shortage, technical and sustainability assessment, simulation of a data assimilation system based on a physically based terrestrial system model, identify, develop, and test solutions. I'll get back to the word solutions, which is a key word for a project. We're working with case studies. We're on a case study location here right now, and disseminate what we've done, results to groups of people, stakeholders, and that's what we're doing right now. And all of these things we have been working with during 4 years. So about the partnership, WATERAGRI people, 12 countries represented in the project, 23 partner organizations across Europe, different types of organizations as mentioned here. So here is from one of our previous meetings in Wrocław in Poland. Most of the people in the picture are also present in the room. So we have to remember that all the work here is done by, in the end, is done by these guys here, individuals. Very nice people, by the way. About 100 persons. And we also have the stakeholders, so we have some stakeholders in the room. And in our project, we have different categories of stakeholders as shown in this slide. Stakeholders are very important for us. Okay, so the project. I already said it's a research and innovation project supported by EU. It's been going on for 4 years. We had a kickoff in Lund in May 2020. This was, as you might remember, during the COVID. And so the project was running during COVID, with COVID restrictions for 2 years. And when I wasn't in the project from the beginning, but when I started in 2022, we had the first meeting within the project period in Vienna, in Austria. From an organizational point of view, we have 10 work packages, 54 deliverables, those bloody, reports we have to write. It has more or less all the information about what we did. So if you really want to get into the nitty-gritty of the project, you find the deliverables and you can read all about it. As I said before, the word solutions is quite important in our project. So we have around 19 solutions focused on water, nutrients, and some of those solutions are focused on both water and nutrients sort of within the same package. Just a brief slide about the pilots. So we're on a pilot or a case study right now. You see the map with all the countries and all the sites. So we tested not all solutions at all sites, but all sites have been used for at least some solutions, and all solutions have been tested. When we speak about water-related solutions, these are the ones. I'll leave the slide on for a few seconds, but I will only mention farm-constructed wetlands for water retention. So you will hear about that in a little while in one of the following presentations. You'll also see the wetland/irrigation pond at Gustav's farm here after lunch. Then we have solutions focused on nutrient retention. And again, farm-constructed wetlands are there, and some other types of solutions. And we have those solutions which are focused on both water and nutrients. And I'm picking the little how can you say it, odd bird in the nest, so to speak, serious gaming, which is maybe not what comes into your mind when you hear the word agriculture, water, nutrient research. But it's a very interesting part of our project, which raised a lot of attention, so that's why I mentioned it. Serious game was developed at TU Delft. We have the colleagues here who worked with it. Soran here at the front, and Ashna over there. So this is a serious game, so but you're allowed to have fun while you play it. But it's a serious game, so as it says here, the aim is to, how can you say, inform the players about the solutions which are investigated in WATERAGRI. And it's also, in general, to increase awareness of the situation of a farmer. And we had Gustav play the game at some point, and he won. So, yeah. So, Gustav had fun, and I think we all had fun when we played the game. So this is a board game. So it's like Monopoly if you all played it. And you just put yourself in the situation of being a farmer, and then you try to do the best to win. Here we are, some of us having fun playing the game. So this 15 minutes or whatever is obviously not enough to present what has been done in the project during 4 years. So for those of you, actually maybe for all of us, because I think most partners were mostly engaged in their own reporting. So, but everything is, all these written output is found on the WATERAGRI website. So we have the deliverables, those written reports, which I already mentioned. They're rather, going from 35 pages to about 250. Everything is in there, but there are some easier versions, short versions of the same stuff. So we have so-called fact sheets, practice abstract. Then for the hardcore scientists, we have journal papers, which you can also find via the website, conference proceedings and stuff. And then we have the non-written output. And we have Gustav's dog. Yeah, oral presentation as conferences done by partners. We have had webinars, and we will have a last one in about a week or two from now, April 25, actually. We had a number of stakeholder workshops, something we call roadshows, other popular events, and we even have a film. About 10 minutes or maybe 7. It's called One Day We Will Dance With You, also financed via our project. And you might be able to, you see some symbols under there. They're representing various awards that was given to the film. And it will only take 7 or 8 minutes of your life, but I think it's well worth watching. So if you just Google One Day We Will Dance With You, you will find it, and you can watch it online. Very nice. Okay, here are all the partners again. And that's it. Thank you.